Hi everyone, welcome back to Makeupskin. Today I'm doing a traditional red Diwali makeup look. This is one of my favourite looks so far. I really enjoyed creating it. Please don't forget to comment, like and subscribe. So I'm going to mix two foundations today, the Fenty Beauty and the NARS Sheer Glow. I'm looking for maximum hydration and maximum dewiness. So I take a small amount of the NARS and then a pump of the Fenty Beauty, the Hydrating foundation. Again, working section by section. Today I'm not using my beauty sponge, I'm actually going to use a NYX foundation brush. The surface area of the brush is nice and large, so it covers a really large portion of your skin. And I'm just going to, as usual, keep on blending, taking a little bit at a time, using a mixture of fingers and brush, dabbing in areas I need more coverage, and then in circular and dabbing motions, creating a flawless base. I always like to do my eyelids too. Keep on blending. What I like to do when I'm getting ready for an outfit is I put a bit of jewellery on, because I like to feel the look as you go. So now I'm using Custard in the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. This is going to act as my primer, it's going to act as my highlight for my brows, and it's also going to act as a base to give a pigment to my eyeshadows. I'm featuring the NARS Inferno and the NARS Hyped palette in this video, along with some Jeffree Star. These three palettes combined have made the most beautiful look. So, starting off with the Jeffree Star and Morphe palette, I'm just using two neutral autumnal colours, popping those as a transition shade so that any of the colours that I lay down, that acts as a buffer. So I keep on blending. And then with the NARS Hyped palette, I'm using both pinks from the palette, and I'm just going to start building some depth, outer corner and in the crease. Don't worry about the edges, we're going to blend them as we go along. I'm then going to take an empty brush and then just blend the edges so that it's seamless. Going back into the palette, I'm going to now add more pink. The pink and the red look that we're going to do, pink is a really flattering colour to sit behind red. It's a very complementary colour. Again, an empty brush, blending the edges, taking my time, looking back, checking what work has been done. And now I'm going to go ahead and add the deep burnt red shade from the NARS Inferno palette all over the lids. So you see, laying the colour in the middle of the lid is helped better by the cloud effect that we've made beforehand. Again, just dabbing and blending, and keep adding as much product as you like until you get the effect you're after. I'm then going back with the Hyped palette and adding more pink. You can see the pink isn't overly powerful, it's just there as a transition shade. I love to just clean up as I go along with red shades. Now I'm taking a flat brush and adding pink to the under eye. Now, pink on the under eye on certain skin tones can look a little bit washed out, so just make sure the hotness of the pink is for you. Using my NARS Skin Deep palette, I'm just taking the nude shade and I'm buffing around the edges, in essence just erasing any extra blend that has occurred. Oh, I'm now using the Blood Sugar palette, the colour Intravenous, and that with a very thin brush I'm going to line my lower lash line. This step can be missed out, but in the grand scheme of things, when applying mascara, eyeliner, the 3D effect and the whole finished look that you get is worth it, I promise. And you can use any similar shades Doesn't have to be these palettes, but I do recommend them. So, moving on, I'm now going to go ahead and really just add any deep brick shade in any areas that may have been missed. Now the fun bit, you don't need any Fix Plus, you don't need to wet these, just look, the glitter shades just sit on top of the powder you've just done. So using my ring finger, I'm dabbing the colour and using my little finger for the inner corner, and just make sure it doesn't go up onto the brow. Just dusting off my finger and really just pressing that glitter on. Use the other clean finger and wipe away anything that may have got on there. Now I'm using an old school Chanel blending brush and just fusing everything together. Just really take your time and just have wipes on hand. I always have wipes on my knees. So highlighting and concealing as I go. Remember, I haven't done any concealing yet. I like to leave my highlight and concealer on and do something else whilst the makeup is slightly setting, because if you blend away too quickly, you're not in fact getting the full coverage that you were after. So now I'm just using some black liner, and then I'm going to actually go ahead and smoke that out with a dome-shaped brush. Remember, I said in one of my videos before, makeup can look very, very glam, but it can also look lived in. So by smudging this together, it doesn't look as harsh, doesn't look as rigid, even though we're wearing a bright red. So then taking a Real Techniques angled brush, it's actually for contouring, but I think it fits beautifully into the under eye, and dabbing and just mapping out some contour that's going to follow, and just really, really blending and dabbing. And you can see the highlight forming down the centre of the nose as well. Today I've opted for Raisin from MAC. I'm using a powder bronzer or blusher, and I'm actually concentrating it from the line of the ear to the bottom of my eyebrow. That's the section you want to nestle the contour in. You want to just tuck it into the inner corner at the back and then bring it to the front. The idea is the contour or the bronze is deepest at the back and lightest at the front. I did use a bit of Lovejoy from NARS to soften the raisin. Raisin's beautiful in the crease as well as a transition shade, but we can do that another time. Again, using the foundation brush or a beauty sponge, I'm just softening the edges, and then I'm pinching this angled brush and doing a slight contour of the nose. I'm just applying some lip tint there from NARS. These Essence curlers have changed my mascara game. Absolutely adore these. Just be careful not to pinch your skin. Just take the mascara all the way to the back in order to get the full curl. Again, with my Climax mascara from NARS. I hate it when you get little bits under there. They really irritate you. I'm just going to remove that. Now, really, really nestle this mascara into your lashes. The curl that you've just created helps. And then on top of that, I'm going to layer some EYEKO Mascara. This is a curling one, and it really lifts your lashes. I am going to be doing Ardell Wispie lashes again, and I really, really pack on the mascara because it creates a more natural finish, a more real look to the false lashes. Always doing the bottom lashes. The look's really coming together now. This is my Dior Highlight. Absolutely adore this. Look at the pigment on that. So again, we're using a lot of powders today because I showcased cream contouring and highlighting in my last video. Please go and check that out. So using a fluffy Real Techniques brush, which can be used for stippling foundation. I like to find different uses for my brushes. I'm just going to the tops of my cheeks. I've applied my lashes and I'm going to use my EYEKO liner pen, and I've created my wing and covered the strip of the lashes. They are thin, but I'd like to create that 3D look. I've done how to do liner in another video and I can do another one again. This is Amour from NARS. It's a beautiful pink blush. The right pink can lift the red outfit that you may be wearing. Just a little heads up, I'm not too much into hairstyling. It's something I've always needed to do. So I've just straightened it slightly and blow dried it. I'm now using Spice from MAC all over my lips, and I find that's beautiful on its own, but I'm also going to put on Velvet Teddy on top. So this is the nude makeup, so I haven't added a bindi or anything, and I did change my jewellery, as you can see, for a pearl queen set, and I have an arm cuff on as well. I wanted to add some Dior Lip Maximiser to make my lips look more full, and then I thought I would go ahead and, because I'm not finished with the red look yet, bake my under eyes. I'm really learning a lot about baking, and I am going to do the video as promised. So whilst that's setting, I am going to do another lip combination. Now this is from Dior. It's a whipped mousse type liquid lip. If you use a brush which doesn't have a concealer on it and use your finger, you can create a very cloud-like light lip. Instead of, if you have a look now, I'm going to apply, well, once I've removed the contour, look at that. Baking is really working for me at the moment. I'll explain what I've researched and I'll review it for you. So if you have a look, if I apply it from the wand, did you see how much more coral the colour is? It's a very beautiful colour. Now I'm going to contour a little bit more, just add that bronze or blush back. And I did decide that I wanted to add a bindi, and I've gone for the Jeffree Star Lip liner as my red. I'll think about whether I want a gloss at the end, but this is a wonderful, wonderful lip liner that can be used as a lipstick. It just glides on so smoothly. You can see that it's not pulling on my lips at all. You have to really be careful with reds. Take your time. I'm finding that there's quite a bit of balance. The red on my eyelids isn't as red as on my lips. I'm really impressed with that. I got these liners a year ago before I had my son, and he arrived shortly after the delivery came, so I never got to review them, so I will now. Adding some highlight back. You'll find towards the end of your makeup you find that you add a lot back. So I decided I did want some gloss, so before I put the Lip Max on my actual lips, I'm just going to swatch it on my hand and just add some gloss into the middle to give a plumpy look. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. I'm just playing about with my scarf or my dupatta. You can wear it on the side, or you can wear it on your head as I was, or the Punjabi way is to wear it across your shoulders. You can have your jewellery in or out. Again, as I said, thank you so much. Here are some clips of me playing around, and I really appreciate and would love to give a shout out to all my new subscribers. I hope you all have a wonderful and prosperous Diwali, and thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you in the next one.